So you bought the Galaxy Watch Ultra thinking that that is the ultimate smartwatch. But here's the problem, you're not climbing Everest every weekend, are you? So what if the better watch for your everyday life is slimmer, lighter, more comfortable and even smarter? Because after 2 weeks with the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, I think you might be wearing the wrong watch all along. Now if your smartwatch ever felt bulky while typing, running or even sleeping, you will notice this right away. The Watch 8 Classic is 11% slimmer. It hugs better in your wrist whether or not you're in a meeting or at the gym or trying to sleep without having your watch feeling like it's wrestling you in your sleep, because that is usually the biggest problem when wearing a smartwatch to sleep. But what's even more important is the fact that Samsung kept something that we all love from the Classic, which is this: the rotating bezels. Something that has been the Watch Classic's favorite feature because the click makes scrolling precise and very weirdly addictive. And if you haven't used one, it's like a fidget spinner meets a productivity tool. Then it's stainless steel, which feels premium from our day-to-day use. Now the variant that I went with is the black color variant with the black leather strap. So it looks good with your office outfit or even when it comes to your weekend jeans. A really nice watch to go jalan as well. But if you're doing hardcore hikes or multi-day treks, the Ultra's titanium build is still the king of durability. But as for daily life, the Classic wins when it comes to comfort and style. Now if you struggle to see your watch during Malaysia's or even Barcelona's bright sunlight, well, this AMOLED screen has up to 3000 nits of brightness, so you won't be squinting like you're decoding a treasure map. And it was really nice to look at too, not only during the day but also at night, with a perfect level of brightness depending on the environment. Then the new One UI version 8 makes it feel like a 2025 smartwatch, smooth animation and quick menus, and without having that moments of where is it settings again? Now just a recap, or if this is your first time using a Galaxy Watch, if you swipe down from the top, it opens the quick panel. Swiping from the bottom goes to your apps menu, then swipe left for tiles and swiping right for notifications or going back to the previous screen. Then the button on top is the home button, the button in the middle or pressing the crown is the quick button, which the previous Watch 6 Classic didn't have. Then the now bar on the watch is also my personal favorite, where it has quick access for music, workout, a timer and all, so no more menu diving. And also there is the smarter notification, which means that if you're already on your phone, your watch won't buzz you like it's jealous. Then you can customize the app drawer your way, either a grid view or a list view, and you can even set up the favorite apps up top. And I love how the settings menu is no longer hiding like a final boss, which is easy to find. But among all, I love how you can have Google's Gemini directly on the watch, where you can just say "Hey Google" as usual directly on the watch, or you can just long press the home button where you can ask anything, and it displays the text on the watch itself, where you can even show picture results and even navigate, or using Google Maps over there too, setting reminders, checking the weather, or even increasing the speaker's volume on the watch using Gemini and more without reaching for anything in your pocket. Then the gestures was also really great, where there were pinch and wrist flick gestures to navigate based on what you set in the settings sync from your phone, which was a really nice feature to have, especially if you're using a Galaxy devices, as it doesn't work with other Android devices when it comes to the gesture. Now if you guys are finding this video helpful so far, do give this video a nice big thumbs up to tell YouTube that this video was good, and a subscription would be lovely too, as everyone here on Adam Lobo TV would truly appreciate that. So thank you, and thank you very much in advance. Now the good news is that this Galaxy Watch 8 Classic shares the Watch Ultra's bioactive sensor. You get heart rate, ECG, SpO2, body composition and the dual frequency GPS, but there are also some new interesting things too. First, there is the bedtime guidance, which after sleeping it for 3 nights, it learns your rhythm and tells you the best bedtime, because sometimes you have no idea when is the best time to sleep based on the amount of strain that you had throughout the day, and this was very useful when it comes to using the watch daily. There's also the vascular load score, which tracks the stress on your blood vessels while sleeping, which you cannot control. So this is basically your take it easy meter, perfect to know whether or not today would be a max effort day or Netflix recovery day. And another new thing is the running coach, like a coach on your wrist, minus the shouting. Now, I'm not a runner, so I didn't get to test this enough. So for you runners out there, this might be very helpful. And then there's the very interesting antioxidant index, the first on any smartwatch, where you just have to put the thumb on the sensor and 5 seconds later you get a snapshot of your lifestyle stress from diet, smoking and even drinking, all nicely integrated within Samsung's Health with a clear at a glance visual. So this would be a very good indicator if you need more carrots or kiwi in your diet. Now, if you want a written version of this entire video and as a recap as well, we do have one at our website at www.adamlobo.tv. Links to the website will be down below, where we also have some daily tech news over there. So the reason why this Watch 8 Classic is very snappy is thanks to the Exynos W1000 chipset, which is a 3nm process. It has 2GB of RAM with 64GB of storage, which is more than enough for music, maps and even all the apps. Now, as mentioned earlier, the navigation was smooth, zero lag from starting a workout, replying to messages on the watch, or even calling out Gemini was very nice and snappy. But depending on how complex your question is on Gemini, it may take a while for Gemini to reply on the watch, so keep that in mind. But for most tasks, it is better than having a personal assistant because this actually keeps up. Then as for the battery life, it was about 1.5 days with always on display toggle on. And here's where the Ultra's bigger battery does better with a 2.5 to 3 days, even with a heavier use. Now, both charges only at 10 watts wireless, which is good enough for a quick top up while you mundi before bed. But yes, I still do wish that Samsung gives us a fast charging speed when it comes to charging these smartwatches. So if you're scaling mountains or going on a multi-day adventure, stick to the Ultra. But if you want a slimmer, lighter comfort, rotating bezel satisfaction and the latest UI and the AI upgrades, the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic is a watch that finally feels like it's made for your daily life and is easier on the wallet too. But speaking of the Ultra, my review of that is over here.